hunting has been a normal thing in my family for generations. Actually, my grandpa was a hunter, and we always had in our festive food tables for Christmases and birthdays and special occasions meat from a moose or a deer and so on. And it's been normal that living with guns and so on. There's ever been a woman who hunts in our family, so I actually didn't ever really think about it at all, as no one else did it either. There was only men who did it. And a few years back there was on the news a lot about animal rights and, for example, how pigs live and are really mistreated and so on. And then I decided that I won't eat pig meat anymore. I don't wanna. Of course, when you talk about media, it's not always the one and only truth, and you can't tell that every pig breeder does and mistreats their animals. It's not like that. I know that, but I got the thought in my head that I don't want to do that. And then it became really, really important to me that I know what I eat and where it's coming from. It became even more important to know how the animal has lived its life. And after that, I actually decided that I want to go forward with the legacy of my grandpa, because my grandpa has only one son, and he passed away a few years back, and then he was left alone with the hunting. And as there has never been any women who hunt in our family, so I hadn't really given it a thought at all. But then it changed. With social media, you find actually a lot of women hunters, a lot, and there is a lot of women who does it correctly. And then I decided that of course I can too. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? I took my ideas to my grandpa, and he actually he laughed at me and said that I'm ridiculous, that why would I want to do anything like that. And first I got the idea that he thought I would manage, but it wasn't nothing like that. I think he was surprised that I was thinking like this, and when he decided that he's too old to hunt, he actually gave me his guns, and he wanted to support my hunting. My grandpa is a person that I will always be looking up to. He's one of the persons who is the most important to me. He's been there all my life for all ups and downs, and his legacy is something I want to give forward to my boy. And now that I'm a starting hunter, a hunter to be, I've been discussing it with my boy, and about the ethics, about the meat, and doesn't he want to know where the food is coming from. And he actually, an 8-year-old, thought that it is important for him also to know what he eats. My boy told me that he wants to eat a happy animal instead of an unhappy animal. That it's been eating good food all its life and done stuff he wants to do. That he preferred that one than the unhappy one, because no one wants to eat an animal whose life is just to grow up and be unhappy and then end up on a plate. He said that to me, and I couldn't even be more proud of my little boy. And then I think that this thought is something that my grandpa has passed to us, because he's not a killer at all, and he's always been respecting the animal, and it's always been important to him as well that it's not a massacre for the animal, it's done properly. And he's been telling these stories to us as well, but I've never given it a proper thought so that I would understand what he's talking about. But now that I'm older, it all comes back to me, and I think that's something he's been planting in my head ever since I was a child. And it's I'm just a slow starter, but it comes after it comes to me now. And I had my first kill here a few weeks back, and the feeling I got from it, I was panicked and I wanted to cry, and then I killed something. It actually felt quite bad, but the respect for the animal and for the animal kingdom, it grew. I actually have a good story about that. Even though it felt bad, that's something I want to give my boy so he could learn and grow up in a family who respects the nature and the animals and knows what he's eating. Now that my grandpa doesn't want to hunt anymore as he thinks he's too old, I wanna make him proud that someone is following his footsteps and does something he's been loving and doing for our family for years, and knows that someone is doing it yet again, even though he can't, so someone does. And that's... My name is Salla, and this is my why.